What's going on, everybody? It's time for some World of Warcraft. We're going to do another bank clear out. I'm going to go through my tunes and see what we got and just go through really some of the cool stuff that I sold and some of the waste of money that I think that I did the past few days. So we're on my tune Money Buns. He is my level 1 bank tune paladin. Which, by the way, I think I want to get a different bank tune. I want to have one that is like at least level 20, I think, to use my mount and also to get a profession. So when I sell something, I can just go ahead and add it to the TSM queue. I can't do that right now because I don't have professions on him. So that's my goal. But let's look at some of the things that we sold in the last 6 or 7 days. So the total gold is 47,995, so almost 48,000. I sold some pretty cool things. One thing of mention is this Mechabond imprint matrix. I talk about this a lot, and I use Blood of Sargeras to make this. So I think it takes like 20 bloods, and you can get those through World Quest and stuff like that. And they sell for like 7 to like 10,000. So you end up making like 5 or 6 thousand gold just on this one item here. It's an engineering plan from Legion, and what it does is let people get like mechanical pets. I believe it's from Legion. It uses bloods, so I'm thinking so. But yeah, hunters need that to get the mechanical pets. Some other things: frostwoven leggings, 335, couple hundred gold there. Endless tincture of renewed combat. I've made videos about this. This is a BFA trinket where you kill something and it heals you, but you're only spending like 200, 300 gold to make it, and you're making, thousands of gold off of it. So you just sell a couple of these a week. Glyph of the Spectral Lupine. This is a glyph you get from Enlightened Revered Rep, and I think it costs a couple hundred gold to make, and I sold it for 1,600 gold, so over 1,000 gold made on that. Here's another interesting one. Now I've had to repost this 5 or 6 times, this Highborn Compendium of Storms, but it only takes maybe 400 or 500 gold to make, and it sold for 9,000 gold. That is a BFA trinket. So I've got a couple more of those up as well. Um, Crafted Dreadful Gladiators. Any of the Crafted Dreadful stuff, selling for several thousand and only costing you a couple hundred to make. Sold those. Some Ghost Iron Bolts. Frost Tiger Blade cost me, I think, 200 or 300 gold to make, and it sold for 3,000 gold. So this is from Blacksmithing. It's an old plan. I usually keep one of these on at all times on the auction house. The problem is I tried to make one today, but you need frost oil for it, and there was only one frost oil available on the whole server, and this is a high pop server, and it was 700 gold, which I still would have gotten, but there was only one. Laystone, again, maybe 30, 40 gold to make, selling for 1,200. More dreadful stuff, more dreadful stuff. So we're starting the day with 1,187,277 gold. And let's just go ahead and clear this out, and we'll get a total at the end. I did waste, I think, some gold on some things this week, and I'll go over with you that as the video goes on. So that brings us up a little bit. We're into the 1.2 now. Let's check another character. Alright, here we are on Deadly Quota. He is my Enchanting and Tailoring. Let's go ahead and get the mailbox. Looks like I did have some stuff expire, so we'll go ahead and pull that out here. Just a couple of enchants and some stuff that was sent to me from some other tunes. Okay, so the Enchant Cloak Fortified Leech, this is actually really good. I think I'm making about 400 or 500 gold on each on these. Fortified Speed, nothing really exciting here, too much. Just your basic Shadowlands enchants. Some enchants. some shrouded cloth robes. These you're making a few hundred gold each on, so I just keep them up there. These shrouded armor pieces. Shrouded. Okay, so this is one thing that I hate about bags. So right now, it's actually looking like we're gonna make a little bit of gold on these bags, 88 gold. But bags are so crazy. Like, look, this sold for 571. It's now selling for 392. Okay, so I mean that's 200 gold, 100 gold down. So they fluctuate so much, and so many times you'll lose money if you make them. Like, you'll make them, and then you'll sell a few, and then you have a bunch in your bag that aren't going to sell because you're going to lose gold on them, which is ridiculous. So even if people are farming up these mats, they'd be better off selling the mats than crafting and selling at a lower cost. It's really dumb. Okay, nothing exciting there. Let's go ahead and open that. Okay, so now on this tune, we've got 159,000, almost 160,000, and that brings us up to 1.273 million. So we're getting back up there. All right, Beard of War. We are on the blacksmith and engineer that I have. Let's go ahead and check the mailbox. There are some things that I need to repost, but we can look at the total gold that I had to take out of him for the last week or so. And you can see here it's pretty significant, 163,000 over my other tunes. I am working on this guy, getting him the rep with the Enlightened to start making the 233 and 262 gear. So I have started taking him through that. But let's just look at some of this stuff that's sold. There's some pretty notable items in here. Demon Steel Bar, sold 100 of those. I think I make like 150, 200 gold on each of those. So 14,000 gold. This other stuff is all the ceremonious weapons, right? And I'm making 200 or 300 gold on each one of those sales. Ceremonious Greaves, Shanker, Axe, Blade, Spear. And those are just your basic weapons that you can make with blacksmithing. You don't even need to be very high in points to make those in blacksmithing. Just some more weapons, some crafted dreadful stuff. I've been using relics on these, and sometimes the different levels that the relics change them down. The relics are like the what are they called? The things that change it to what level you can wear, like the crafter's mark. The relics are like the crafter's mark for some older content. So I've been messing around with that a little bit, but again, a few thousand gold made on that. Shadow Steel breastplate. So this is what I mean, like with older stuff. This crafted dreadful, sold for 2,291, and I made a couple thousand gold. But then this new stuff, Shadow Steel breastplate, sold for 1,800, and I probably only made like 5 or 6, and it cost me probably like over 1,000 to make. So it just depends. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Scratch that. I don't even have the. I was thinking leatherworking. I don't even have the relics to make the 233s on here. So this was actually pretty good. This was a novice crafter's piece, more than likely, and I probably made over 1,000 on it, which is awesome. So scratch all that. Okay, so of note here is the depleted Kai Pyrium rocket. It's an engineering craft, 116,000. I probably made about 30,000 gold on that. I like to keep one of these up on the auction house at all times. You got to pay around 70 to 80k to make it, but when it sells, you make it's only 30k, which is nice. Some more weapons and stuff. Wormhole generator in Zandalar engineering craft, made several thousand gold on that. And here's some stuff I just got to repost, and then some more crafted dreadful stuff. So let's go ahead and open the gold on this. And then I would have had a lot more gold this week, except for I bought a bunch of these steel-bound harness. Now, if you look, if I make these, it takes 50 Blood of Sargeras, which, you know, could take a week or a little bit less than a week to get, depending on what world quests are up and mission table runs, and how much you wanted to farm it. So you could make 22,000 gold off that. But right now it's selling for 27,500. What I did was I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I bought 8 of these at 30,000 gold each because at the time the market value was 37,000. So I was like, oh, I'll spend 30,000. That way I won't have to, you know, keep trying to craft them, but I can still keep accumulating the resources to craft them when I can. But then just put these on the auction house. So the problem with that is the price tanked horribly, right? It went way down. So now they're selling for cheaper than I bought them for. So that sucked because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's 7 right here. That's like 210,000 that I spent on that. So, I mean, the good news is it's fake money, right? It's just a game, and also that I can wait these out and sell these because they do typically sell for higher. I've seen them sell for 40,000 as well, so I'll just hold on to them. Let's see, because we're nosy, if we have anything that's sold we're waiting on. Nope, not here. Alright, so on Bearded War we now have 434,000 and we're up to 1.4 million. Okay, Deadly Wedgie, he is my Leatherworker and Skinner. See what we got in here. 27,000. Not really anything of note here. Just some drums, some low-level gear, stuff like that. Heavy Desolate Armor kits. This is what I was talking about when I got confused on the blacksmithing. So when you do get the plans to make the 233s and 262s, you could be spending, you know, 4 or 5,000 gold to make a piece, and then selling it for like 8,000. So that's pretty good, right? I think this cost me probably about 6K to make, and I'm making 2K on it. So you got to put a lot up in front, and then you get some back. And then you run into stuff like this, these shoulders. This is costing me, these 233s, 928 gold to make, but they're selling for 798. So, I mean, it's been like this. These have been in my bags for over a week just because the price dropped so hard on them. Right? Same with some of these items here. So that's annoying. And then I've got a 262, and look, this cost me 5,000 gold to make, but people are selling it for 4,955. So right out the gate, I'd be losing almost 300 gold. So people mess the market up. But other than that, just your basic stuff here. Your shadow scale and your desolate stuff. 27,000 gold there. Let's go ahead and open that. Now, I do plan on doing some skinning farms with this guy here in a little while, and I'll keep you all posted on that as well. I have not been doing any farming. I've just been doing crafting mainly. I'll run through my characters and craft, and then post them and then play the rest of the game. That's sort of what I've been doing until I get KSM and some other things. 56,000 gold here. We're now up to 1.460515. Okay, Ham Sandwich is my main that I do most of my PvE content with at the moment. He is also an alchemist and a inscriptionist. So let's see what we got in the mailbox. 52,000. See if there's anything worth talking about. Oh, here's some things that are still selling. Arboreal shards. So some people have put a little bit of hate on one of my videos about this. They're like, oh, you can buy these from the vendor and then resell them, but you gotta pay the fees. Yes, obviously you have to pay fees, but like right now, because of my rep, I can buy these for 100, and they're selling for 130 gold, right? And they are selling. So even with the fees, they're still worth it. As a matter of fact, let's just go on here right now. So let's go to, oh look, so auction sold. right here, Orboreal Shard. It's going to be about 25 of them for 3,252 gold. So they are selling. So let's look. We'll put them up here. And they're selling right now for 130. And so if I put up 40, I'm going to put it in a stack of 40. Now these are 100, right? So these are costing me 4,000. And then the deposit is 375 gold. So you've got your total price 5,200 minus the 4,000 that I spent. I'm still going to make 1,200 gold on these with the deposit. So yes, I know there's a deposit. Now if you post these in big stacks, and a shout out to the guy who actually mentioned this, brought this up in a non-hateful way. If you post big stacks of 200 or something like that, and then you get undercutted, which you will, you're going to have to constantly repost, and then you probably will lose out some on this. But as it is right now, they're selling for what I have them for, because other knuckleheads are trying to sell them for 225. So I'm going to just post it for this one here. They're usually about 120, 125 on my realm. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Let's go ahead back to our mailbox. Potion of Phantom Fire. These I'm making 116 gold a piece on right now, which is awesome. But the thing with flasks and potions and stuff, you have to keep cancel scanning, which is super annoying. So I usually just post them and then run some dungeons and then repost. I don't put a lot of time into it. Contract of the Enlightened, gotta have Revered and be an inscriptionist to sell this, but you make between 60 and like 200 gold just depending on the day on these. Some missives. Missives are very finicky. Some weeks a missive will be losing money, and then other weeks that same missive will be making money. Vantage Rune in the first one's making 150 gold on each one of these. Inscriptionist, I just picked this up from LFR run. Some more contracts. I mean, the contracts are selling like crazy. Some more shards, contracts. Just some other random stuff here. Some more shards, I mean, so you can see on this guy, it's a lot of contracts, shards, and the missives, and the what are they called? My brain went dead. Vantage runes. Some war scrolls here. War scroll fortitude. Some more shards. More contracts. So, yep, that's pretty much how it's going on this guy. I'm doing a lot more with inscription than I am with alchemy. 52,000 gold, a little bit over. So let's go ahead and clear that out. Now, one of the cool things about gold making in WoW is that if you do it, even like I'm doing it right now, like I said, I'm just logging into my tunes and pretty much just crafting and then posting right now. I'm not doing any hardcore farming. But the good thing about that is so like on this guy, I tried the Mage Tower challenge, and it honestly, as I hate to say it, but it took me almost like 150 tries to actually get it. And when I finally did get it, I had spent about 3,000 gold in repairs. So the nice thing about being even a part-time gold maker is that you have that kind of money, right? Like I flasked up several potions, several foodstuffs, stuff like that, and I could spend it without worrying about not having it. So I just got that a little while ago. Here it is. Yep, so towering success and retro trend. So complete the challenge, did that, and I have to worry about not having the gold for all the stuff that I needed. So that was a pretty awesome thing to accomplish. And the Transmog's pretty sick. Alright, so here we are. Total is 1.5 million gold still. That's the same as it was last time, but I do have a lot of that gold still in items. 200 something thousand in the Steelbound Harness. I did a lot of the repairs and stuff just at the Mage Tower. That was several thousands of gold, and also just repairing throughout, doing my normal dungeon runs and stuff like that. And I have a lot of the items still listed that are going to sell to get back. So you got to spend gold to make gold in this game, right? And just like in life, you got to spend money to make money. So I did get a bunch of different items here. I see all these, I crafted all these, but you can see I did spend money in resources and stuff like that, like on inks and ore and different things, so that I could craft. And then, you know, it's like investing, and then you're reselling it, making that gold back. So I'm looking for that number of 1.5 to grow. Hopefully we can get to 2 million without taking too much time. And I'll just keep you guys posted on this channel with the mailbox openings, things of note, that kind of stuff that's sold, things to look out for, etc., etc. So if you like the content, if you like checking out this kind of stuff, seeing what other people sell, and how to make gold in Warcraft, then for sure subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment, and remember, it's just a game. Have fun, and until next time, I'll catch y'all later.